Hi all, and welcome to the top tier tiers overview of Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, the booster that came 10 years after the initial release of Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Released presumably because Crusade died. Anyway, with me I have my co-hosts, Tim Tom Drop Searcher,
Hello.
um, the big Kill the Kill logo on the screen. I
It's
don't
not
know
good. That's the
why.
Gurren Lagann logo.
And El Perez, who was with us for Green, has ducked out because he's sleepy, which is fair enough. Anyway, what do you think about this set?
Uh, it's very
It,
mediocre. I think it has really cool power play cards like the anti-spiral assist. Um, but it generally just lacks like there's like
everything.
yeah, I mean there's like the upper echelon of decks in this game have like some extra stuff, tacked on to all of most of their cards. This just is missing a lot of that. So apart from one card, which is like the anti-spiral assist. So
Yeah, so it
everything
does actually
else,
have a lot of baseline stuff, right? It's got
yeah,
Ricky,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
got plus
Mm-hmm.
arrows, it's got Booster is actually a very good card,
I agree with that.
um, but but then just lacks level 3 oomph. Like you just can't finish the game easily, and unfortunately, that's what you really want to do when you get some sort of advantage, finish the game. And
I think
Gurren Lagann does
everything
not do that.
it just has too many hoops to jump through for a lot of the cards you want to run
Mm.
at level 3. Like you have other pieces, other
It's
cards
not.
you need to
It's not
play,
even.
or it's
Yeah, like it's
overcosted.
not even hoops. Like instead of putting hoops in your way, you build a freaking obstacle course, and that just use up all your deck space. Like
Yeah,
your Marco used up like 12-ish cards plus supports. The merge, not the merge, the detached stuff uses like the detached deck builds itself. Like it's super consistent, but it also has no room for any wacky zany shenanigans.
mm-hmm.
Like there's way too much coming in. And while I do think the detached deck is probably better than a lot of people give it credit for, because it looks like this massive meme, right? Um, but it's not good enough to be like particularly strong or anything. Um, anyway, what do you think the meta decks for Gurren Lagann will be, if
Um,
any?
uh, I I don't know if there will be a real meta deck, mainly because all the players that
Sets up.
well, yeah, all the players that would be tuning competitively won't play this set. And all the players that would play this set are like playing it for ancillary. They're not playing it to like they're playing it for reasons other
Yeah, they're
than
not.
like being successful at the game. They're just playing it because they like the set, because it's fun, flavor, all that stuff. Which means you'll see like a whole bunch of different like random builds. Um,
Yeah, pretty much. I I mean, I built it. I maxed it because I love Gurren Lagann, and from playing pretty extensively with multiple builds, like I haven't played Green, I haven't played as much Yomako top end as the other decks, and I haven't really played with the TD stuff. The only deck that's actually worth anything is the anti-spiral good stuff deck. Um,
yeah,
Everything else is like I've got a deck sitting with 16 SSPs and 4 SPs that may as well be SSPs, and the deck sucks. Like there's no way around it. It's actually just not a good deck. It wouldn't be good. It's not good now. It wouldn't have been good 2 years ago. It would have been barely good 4 years ago, I assume. And that's only because it has all these modern effects like Ricky. I am. I don't regret buying it, but that's purely because I love the show. The set is not good. Anti-Spiral Good Stuffs is a very interesting deck. I think that it manufactures an environment where your opponent is forced to play by your rules. It's kind of like standby, except you don't have to play actual standby climaxes, which is mostly a positive in my view.
I mean it's also
But
just more
it still
interactive in a
lacks
way that's very disruptive.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it just completely shuts out advanced summons. And while your opponent can do stuff about it, it usually involves ramming at least 2 lanes. Um, Yeah, and it also has no finisher. Like
Mm-hmm.
it, that's just the truth. I mean, well, we can talk about like the best cards in each color in terms of like how broken they are, what sort of potential they hold, because there are some
Sure.
very powerful cards in this set. Like let's just go through. Like in red, what are your top three?
Buta,
Mm-hmm.
uh, TTGL. Well, yeah, I think
Yeah, no,
TTGL
that's my number two. The
and
Tengen's
the
top of Gurren.
Brainstorm, because
Unfortunately, that the Brainstorm is my third because there's not really anything else.
yeah,
The thing I do want to make a notable mention for is the 3-2 Choginga Gurren Lagann. No, the
the
Choginga
assist.
the
Is that
Cho
the assist?
the one that changes into Gurren Lagann into TTGL
That
and
card
bounces
is
back to
really
hand.
cool.
That is really powerful. Something I didn't like, something I neglected to notice before actually playing is what I would often do is because this deck generates a shit ton of stock. Like you just don't do anything with your stock. You play one, salvaging another, and then you play the next one, and now you have an assist as well. It's a 2,500 assist, which is massive. Like that's the actual end game of the deck. You sit there on 14Ks that compressed you, and it's like it's not good, but it's better than it otherwise would have been. So that's my honorable mention. But I agree with your three. Like
Hmm.
had I said them first, those would have been exactly what I said. Um, I don't think that it's worth talking about blue because the anti-spiral is
Apart
just
from the anti-spiral global, yeah.
it's the card. The 2-1 stuff that the 2-1 10-5 and or whatever, that's only good because the anti-spirals because the Ashtanga class is good. Um, yeah, that's really it. Yellow is a lot more interesting. What do you think about yellow?
Um, is it more? So I think the Yomako stuff. I'm not sure how to place them actually because I think a lot of the stuff like isn't
A lot of
that
it
great.
blows.
A lot of it isn't that good. But I guess I would put the Yomako. I I could just package them I guess at,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
my first card for yellow, and then followed by the early play heal, and then uh, I think it actually is the Kamina Climate combo third.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically what I have, but I have the Yoko Heal first because it's it's just a good card. It goes into a bunch of decks. It's basically non-conditional, and like you said, the Yomako stuff is built around, whereas the Yoko stuff goes into like every
Mm-hmm.
yellow deck.
Yeah, it's fair.
As as for green, I mean, there's not really
Is
much remarkable green. The best card for Wiki.
yes.
The second best card is specifically the Beastman payoff, I guess, because I don't think very highly of the drop salvager.
Okay.
It's a means to an end more than anything else. Um, and third is the drop salvager, though I do really want to put the Lord Genome event there. If we're counting standard, then I put the 1-0 spiral energy event there, but
Yeah.
we're not counting standard because standard is stupid.
I would actually. I can't. I probably can't disagree with any of that. I think the Coco G is worth an honorable mention. For
Oh yeah,
yeah.
sure. Tokoji is a potent, I think. He's you don't see very many double ditch bonds where both of the ditch targets are worthwhile. In fact, I think this is the first one I've ever played, and that in itself is pretty remarkable. Like, not only does it hand fix, but it hand fixes into a selective card, which is more than a lot of ditch bonds can say.
Hand fixes into
And
another selective hand fixer.
oh yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it by itself is not because you get the 3-2 and that's tap the top five, pray you find what you want. But the flag event is like an actually fine card. It's magical girl appears, but you're thinning your deck at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, I think there's not much to say about Gurren Lagann. It is, frankly, an unfortunate disappointment. We've got some crazy good flavor. We've got the Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann combo. We've got the Lord Genome event. Uh, we've got stuff like the King Kitan combo. And the anti-spiral, which disables all sorts of quote unquote evolution or playing things before you're supposed to. It's all super flavorful, super neat, and super mediocre. And
Yeah.
Somewhere deep inside, that pains me. But look, as someone who loves the show, I do not regret a thing. I think it is something I'll treasure pretty much forever, even if the set sucks. But the set sucks. That's like not something I'm going to deny. I'm not going to delude myself.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Anything else in closing?
No, I largely agree with everything you said.
Cool. All right, let's wrap it up there. So, thanks for listening slash watching. You can hit us up in the comments section if you've got anything to ask. We've got Discord channels. Just post a comment. We can drop a link, and we're pretty active on all the Discord channels. And you can get stuck into theory about why. So you can talk to us or other accomplished members of the community. We've got um, English world champion, runner up, and everything all in there. I guess shout outs to the Singaporean chaps who forced me to be on this overview again because I haven't been on like I haven't been in the last 3 overviews or something, right?
Basically.
Because my internet kept crapping out. But I worked out that all I have to do is go into the next room and then my internet stops crashing. Which is really, really stupid. I'm not going to fork out 150 for a Wi-Fi extender. That's not something I need to do.
Hmm.
Anyway, good beats. Thanks to Drop Searcher Man for being on as always. Kill logo. Thanks for listening again. Drop us a like, subscribe, comment, do whatever, and we'll hopefully see you soon for the Psychano set review.